What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Summer Game Fest is upon us, and we have a ton of announcements coming this weekend. And SGF kicked things off yesterday with some really exciting new reveals. Look, I'll be honest, these showcases have gotten way too long for my liking. I mean, I think that one was like 2.5 hours or something. Nonetheless, there were some awesome announcements and really cool trailers shown off, so I want to go through the games that I enjoyed seeing the most. So, with that said, let's jump right into it. First up, and everyone that follows this channel absolutely knew that this was going to be on here, Metaphor ReFantazio has a new trailer and is likely my most anticipated game of this year, maybe even this generation. Like, if you follow this channel closely, you know that I am a gigantic Persona fan, and Atlas is responsible for some of my all-time favorite games. And Metaphor seems to take everything I love from Persona and add all kinds of new and unique features to it. See, it seems that the devs that work on Persona were locked into building a JRPG a certain way because of the Persona formula, but Metaphor, being an all-new IP, those rules don't apply here, and therefore I'm noticing that the devs are getting far more creative in the mechanics they are showcasing with this game. In the new trailer shown off at Summer Game Fest, the devs show off the game's jobs and archetype mechanics, and if you recently watched my Final Fantasy ranking, you know how much I love a great job system in a JRPG, and watching all of the different jobs fly across the screen in the background had me super excited. There's absolutely no way I could be sold more on this game. The art style, the varying combat system, the seemingly deep JRPG mechanics, all that layered on top of a story that with this developer's pedigree is sure to be a hit. This right here has all the makings of an all-time great game, and we don't even have to wait that much longer. I mean, this is coming this year. I'll be covering this very, very closely as the release date approaches, so stay tuned for that. But after this trailer, I could not be more excited for Metaphor. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero looks awesome. I mean, what can I say? I have been burned so many times by all the different anime arena fighters. We're looking at you, Jujutsu Kaisen. So I am always apprehensive about those games, but this seems to be a throwback to the Dragon Ball Budokai games I played a ton as a kid. Yes, these weren't the best games in the world. They weren't the best Dragon Ball games, even if I'm being honest, but the amount of hours I put into playing these and the amount of fun I had with them has piqued my interest with this release. This one looks really amazing. I mean, everything they've shown off with this game just is pure hype. The one downside here is it comes out the same day as Metaphor, and that will absolutely be eating up all my time. However, in the downtime or once I finish up Metaphor, I will absolutely be giving this game a go. Dragon Ball FighterZ was insanely awesome, and Kakarot was so good. So here's to hoping that the Dragon Ball streak continues and we get a really great game in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Summer Game Fest closed out with what was likely the best trailer of the night with Phantom Blade Zero. I mean, this game looks absolutely insane. Phantom Blade Zero clearly aims to deliver a rich, action-packed RPG experience with a distinct and amazingly dark visual and narrative style. This appeals to me as a fan of both fast-paced combat and deep story-driven adventures. I just finished Stellar Blade, and I found that it was a really good balance between like fast-paced action games and the Dark Souls games, and I felt like this was right in the middle, and I feel like from what I'm seeing from Phantom Blade Zero, it's trying to do a very similar thing, and if so, I will enjoy this game very much. This is some fast-paced, fluid action combat in a setting that looks ripe for exploration. It seems to be set in a semi-open world. I don't know a lot about the story, but this game has piqued my interest so much. We have seen a couple of trailers in the past, and while I was like, you know, this game looks cool, but this one absolutely blew me away. This was like true moment-to-moment gameplay, and the way it flows and how smooth everything looks, I have to try this one for sure. This is a day one pickup for me. All right, moving on, we had this Battle Aces RTS game that was shown off. Now, this trailer was so insanely cool. I mean, it was just like very anime, and it kind of gave off these vibes that made you feel like it was gonna be like some action game. I mean, the trailer is just so incredibly fun, and I did, however, see a lot of reactions of people hyped by the trailer and then disappointed by the fact that it is an RTS game, but not me. I think this looks like a ton of fun, and the aesthetic really appeals to me. It's being marketed as a very approachable RTS game that can get very deep mechanically, appealing to hardcore fans of RTS games and those that are brand new to them. I am excited to see how this is implemented and what's featured in the gameplay. How much story is there? Is it going to be super competitive game? I have a lot of questions, but this is definitely one that I will be checking out. It's on my list for sure. Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess is one of the most creative looking games shown off at this presentation. Not just the art style either. So last time I saw a trailer of this game, I thought it was just some hack and slash action game with a unique art style, but it doesn't seem to be that basic. There seems to be some nice strategy elements to the combats. The trailer shows off that you can place units and likely control the flow of combat outside of the fast-paced action side of things, which is very interesting. I could be wrong from what I saw because there wasn't really any commentary or anything, but it did seem like there were some interesting mechanics in the moment-to-moment gameplay. I'm very interested to see how deep this goes and how complex the combat system actually is. The game seems to draw heavily on Japanese mythology and folklore, which is super appealing to me. The game features wild and creative looking creatures and supernatural occurrences. This game looks stunning, and I fully expect this to be a hit when it comes out. Every time I see it, I become more and more interested in what it has to offer. So I've got my eye on this one for sure. Lastly on this list, Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, I know that most people are either really hardcore Monster Hunter fans and play every single game, put hundreds of hours into them, and everyone else just really isn't into it. But I am a little different. Some of them hit with me and some of them don't. Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii U, I tried to give a shot, didn't really enjoy it, but I was obsessed with Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on the 3DS. I played a ton of World, but didn't play that much of Monster Hunter Rise. This one looks like it's on that side of things where I will definitely gravitate toward it. We recently got gameplay, and then we got another look at this showcase. It seems like the team is super proud of this one because we have seen a lot of it. It seems like every time they get an opportunity to show this game off, they do, and that shows confidence to me, and therefore I am super excited to play it. It's still quite a ways off, I think 2025, and I'm sure there's so much more to see, but this is a day one play for me. All right, everyone, that's it for me on this one. Those were the games that I enjoyed the most at Summer Game Fest. I know it was a 2.5 hour long show, and to come out of this with only, 5 or 6 games that I really enjoyed. There were a lot of really fun games that I really liked seeing at the show, and I do want to give a shout out to the love and attention that was given to more indie developers. I always appreciate them getting on the big stage. With all that said, were there any games that you saw that you got excited about? Let me know in the comments below. What would you grade the Summer Game Fest showcase? I'd probably give it like a B-, something like that. Xbox has a showcase on Sunday, and I'm hoping to get some JRPG news in that one. Maybe Lost Odyssey, maybe Blue Dragon, maybe these games are making a return. I sure hope so. I don't know, but expect more content around those in the coming days, and until next time, I'm out.